Hey, welcome into another edition of Talk Break here on GoodGuysRadioTV.com and Good Guys YouTube page. Glad to have you all in for week 2 of our second week for this new venture here, and very excited. Hopefully everybody enjoyed week 1, the pilot episode. We're going to be kind of reiterating what the show's all about, then talking about, well, just who knows what. A little bit of everything for us. So I'm your host, Matt Hildebrand. Along with me for the ride, we've got Brandon Rigdon and Maggie Dean as we go into week 2 for Talk Break.
That's right. So kind of recapping just what happened last week, it really was just just kind of a pilot episode.
Yeah, soft opening.
Soft opening.
We talked about Jelly Roll, M&M, iPhones. If you want the details, just go back and rewatch it.
Right. Yeah.
And that brings a good point. As far as rewatching it, it's all on Good Guys. You can check it out there.
Right here on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, so basically, if you're watching us right now, it's because you're watching it on YouTube, which is already the place of which you can watch it at.
Also true.
I'm sure it'll be in like your suggested. Just go back to like the last week and you can click it.
Yeah.
At any rate, second edition. Second episode. Very, very glad to be kind of rolling along with this new thing. And how this is going to work, we really just talk about a little bit of everything. You guys get an inside look into the studio, some of the stuff that we do day in, day out here to bring you entertainment on C103 and 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. And especially with the summer months, I mean, summer has officially started. We just had our summer solstice and all the celebrations go with that. So summertime is like collectively, the three of us, our busiest time of the year, because we are out and about, lots of fairs, lots of festivals, and lots of heat. Especially this past week has been crazy. This weekend has been crazy, and so we sweat a lot, we work a lot, but it's all worth it to get to go and hang out at the great fairs and festivals we do. So
and see you guys.
See you guys.
This
is a rare occasion where we really do interact a lot with you guys out there. Of course, if you're watching in our local market, we're a radio station, just in case you forgot. For anyone watching out there, I think radio station is kind of the biggest thing we take care of because, that's the on-air stuff. That's what everyone listens to.
Right.
And then, of course, the Good Guys is kind of like the
cherry on top.
The cherry on top. There you go.
It's like
layers.
It's like when you...
Just like ogres. Yeah. Or what is it? Uncopyrighted green man.
Right. If we established last week.
Uncopyrighted green ogre.
That's right.
But it's kind of like when you order like French fries and then there's like an onion ring in there. That's Good Guys. Oh. The fries are great, but that onion ring is just... It's that great piece on top.
I think that was a How I Met Your Mother joke.
Except
it was like surprise curly. You have regular fries and then you got a surprise curly fry in there. It's like the tops.
The top.
Like you might not order curly fries, but when you get a surprise one, it's great.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's not How I Met Your Mother. It's coming across one lover of which I had kids with.
Right.
That's the uncopyrighted version.
The uncopyrighted version.
Uncopyrighted version? No. I don't know. Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loved it.
Greatest show ever.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
That's
but
pretty close.
It is a really good show.
That's a Hugh Jackman movie.
Well...
I think you mean Greatest Showman. It's the greatest show, man.
Comma. Grammar. It's necessary.
Anyways, yes.
Well, we also touched on another great show last week, which I am now not all the way caught up. Bridgerton.
You're working on it. Yeah,
I'm working on it.
I finished season 3. Well, my wife and I watched season 3 of Bridgerton. Was very good. I'm not going to give any kind of spoilery information here, but I did not like the third season as well as I liked the second season. The best thing about the Bridgerton verse, I guess, whatever you want to call it, is Queen Charlotte, like the spin-off show. I liked that one the best so far, but season 2 of Bridgerton I liked a little better than season 1. Season 1 probably a little better than season 3. They've all been great.
Oh, yeah.
But there were just a lot of... I don't know. It felt, season 3 felt a bit like a speed run, if I'm honest. Everything happened so quickly. And just, I don't know. Anyway.
They probably ran out of money or like the production
It's Netflix.
schedule.
They can't run out of money. They took 2 years to shoot this season, so like, there's no way they were on a time constraint. Netflix doesn't care. They said just make the show eventually.
It almost feels like time doesn't exist in the Bridgerton universe, though.
Yeah,
because you're like, what time of year is it? What time is the season?
Well, it's always summer-ish during the actual season.
The season,
right? They're at home, so spring, summer. Late spring, early throughout summer, early fall. That's what I quantify it as. But time is a strange concept on.
Kind of reminds me of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah,
in Schitt's Creek,
I love that show.
It's like the same time of the year throughout the entire season.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget where they even
they're
from.
in the desert.
Where is that at?
Is it in?
They're from Schitt's Creek.
It's in some little podunk town though. Is it in Oregon? Is it in? It's some Midwestern town.
Yeah, but it's always the desert. So I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, it's a good question.
We're talking about old and new shows.
My 9-year-old Corbin, when Kristen and I were really into watching that show, we like burst through all 6 seasons of it. Yeah, but he would call it Skits Creek just to make sure there was no confusion about any cursing.
Creek.
So Skits Creek.
That's like calling deviled eggs doubled eggs. That's what I just kid. I didn't like. Didn't want to talk about the devil, so doubled eggs.
They're bad eggs, right?
Bad eggs.
Rotten eggs.
Except so good. You know.
Actually, I don't like.
You don't like deviled eggs?
I don't like.
A Thanksgiving classic.
Eggs are very specific for me.
Okay, so it's scrambled.
Scrambled.
Yep.
Strictly.
Yep, like them.
No,
like
no
cheese?
over easy.
I like the cheese. I like the cheese.
Cheese on scrambled eggs with cheese.
Over
okay.
medium.
Okay.
Fried eggs, like hard-boiled eggs.
No.
Poached eggs.
If you go to
many
McDonald's and you get a breakfast sandwich, because I know I like the McGirls. Do you get a folded or a round egg?
Oh, I just get whatever they give me.
Yeah, whatever's on that given sandwich. Me personally, I prefer the round egg because that's a real egg in my book, whereas the folded egg is like the liquid eggs that they've formed into.
Liquid eggs.
Yeah, it's a weird concept, I guess. But anyway, good stuff.
Good stuff.
I don't know how we tangented into...
We started at How I Met Your Mother. We ended on McDonald's eggs.
McDonald's
that's
eggs.
All good. Yeah,
that's what people watched us for. Not a sponsor, McDonald's, but please do if you want. If you're hearing everything that we're saying and you like us, then there you go.
Yes.
Go Golden Arches. I do want to talk a little about, as we kind of alluded to, fairs and festival season starting up. The heat this past week has been miserable. Our oldest was out of town at a camp all week, and I could not bring myself to mow. It was so hot. Like, just couldn't even do that. So our grass is like out of control right now. And I have a bad habit of letting that happen anyways, but Traven is usually pretty good about taking care of it. If he's out of town, though, it's my responsibility. I'm just not doing it. Too hot.
See, when I was 9 years old, the age of Corbin, your other child, I was mowing the lawn.
Our other child. Corbin's the
other child.
Extra child. He is, but not extra as in like extra on top of Traven. He's just like over the top about everything. So.
I guess because of that, you should probably kind of introduce without your kids being here. You have kids.
I do have kids. I have two kids.
We don't.
No.
We don't
have cats.
Kids.
We have cats.
Yeah, we got cats.
That's not kids.
But yeah.
Cats are way worse. Just to put that out there. No.
We're losing viewership left and right.
Because you don't like
cats. You
cats.
guys love cats. That's fine.
I love cats.
I am not a cat person.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah.
Meow, meow,
meow. You're not kid people.
No, we have no kids.
So, yeah, see.
I am a kid person.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any kids.
But you don't have kids.
No, I don't have kids yet.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, kids. They're great.
Kids.
Again, another tangent. But hopefully everybody stayed good through the week with all the heat we had. You're doing A-okay. This weekend's still supposed to be really hot. And then, honestly...
It has like 96 tomorrow, isn't it?
It's insane. It really, really is. So whatever your weekend plans, we're going to get to talking some things happening across the listening area this weekend and into next. And really gearing up for that fair and festival season. Just please make sure to stay hydrated. Make sure to beat the heat however you can. We've been doing Make Maggie Moo, our big contest for the month of June. Someone today was like, yeah, the way I do it, I will spend 5 minutes outside and then half an hour inside, and 5 minutes back outside. Like that's the way to do it.
It's the way to beat the heat, I suppose.
I don't know how productive you could be at 5 minutes outside, but
well, I know. I think it was either Maggie or someone talked about like road crew and construction, where like they forcibly well, I guess with insurance and everything, you really do have to you work if it's like at a certain heat advisory. You work in outside your truck for 15, 20 minutes and then you got to go right back in rotation.
Well, sometimes if it's too hot, it's not safe for them to be outside for any period of time.
Right, which I don't know.
That's when they cancel it and they just push it off.
You know what? Even if it's like a heat index of 105, we still go to the fairs.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think it was the Clermont County Fair me and you did one day last year. It was hot as all get out, like a heat index of 102, and then it rained the next minute.
It dumped
poured. We had to drop our tent down, and we had to shelter in place.
We're going to tell Fair and Festival war stories. Brandon had a bad one from last year. And Adams County Fair Week, you'll always get rain during the Adams County Fair, at least one day, usually a couple of days. And it's always warm. Sometimes it's miserably hot. But you managed to have all of that in one day. Within a half an hour period.
Yeah.
Where it just decided to start steamy and then blow up a huge storm.
Yeah.
And then stay steamy afterwards.
So really, for the record, I seem to have the worst luck when it comes to setting up fairs and festivals.
I think
stuff.
It's preparation. It's all in the preparation.
I do what I'm told. Someone points and says, "You go and set that tent up and start harassing people and stuff."
For interviews.
Yeah, to do interviews and talk about the fair, all that. I call it harassing because I know if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, can you talk on the radio?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." But the kids are probably used to it.
Which is very funny because this is what you do for a living.
Right.
Yeah, but I do it in closed doors behind this glass over here. It's a lot different.
I love going to the fairs and festivals, and I like talking to people.
Yeah.
The four walls here get a little stale after a while.
Yeah, it's all right. You just shampoo them.
Okay.
Anyway, but what ended up happening was, well, I'll talk about the first one. I think this was the one in Kentucky, the Flemingburg Fair.
Oh.
We're at the Fleming County Fair?
That's Fleming County Fair.
It is coming up.
Well, I went and did that one. And right when I set up the tent, got everything all nice and set up and ready to go. And then I get a text from Ken, the station manager, and maybe even you. I forget, Matt. I don't remember. But I got a text.
I'm not a weather guy, so it was
It would have
Probably
had
not
to
you.
have been the Tollsboro Fair because the Fleming County Fair, it was hot all week last year.
Maybe it was a Tollsboro Fair. It was in Kentucky. That's the most I can tell you.
Okay.
But it didn't just dump buckets. Oh no, it was like a tornado came by, and
that's Kentucky for you.
It flew the tent across the road, and I had multiple people trying to help me while it was pouring down rain.
Nice.
And then it got to the point where I gave up, and I just had to go inside the car because it was that bad.
Yeah.
So that was just one from last year, and then the Adams County Fair happened the exact same way. So I think the tent was already set up. You or somebody else left. I mean, it was just me running the show at that point. And then, of course, the rain showed up.
The tsunami.
Yeah. And once again, it was a full-on, tsunami of just awfulness. And that one, the tent actually flew, hit the concession stand next to me, in front of it, and then broke one of the legs on the tent or the framework of it.
And the worst part? You didn't even fix it. You left it for me and Maggie to fix. Gosh.
I don't know how it all worked out, but and then I just had to leave it because it got so bad. Everyone that was helped, because people helped me for that one too.
Right, yeah.
And
you have a pitiable face, I guess.
Well, when my tent's flying across the fairgrounds, they're like, I guess we can help them out. Yeah. So that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
But fortunately, though, it was fixed. The tent's fine. All is well.
I want to say I've been very fortunate. I've done this job for a long time, and the worst thing I know has ever happened was whilst I was setting up still. So I didn't have all the wires that we run and all of the table with all of the gear. Simply had the canopy, and I was starting to move speakers out. And I was at the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show, I think. So we set up kind of on the top of a hilltop, and a huge gust came across and literally took the canopy, flipped it completely over the vehicle, and started dragging it down the hill the opposite direction. Well, okay, that's a good start.
There it goes.
After that, we invested in some weights for the bottom of it, so
yes.
we at least kind of sort of hold it down.
And I don't remember if I had the weights on the tents yet. I want it because really they don't weigh that much.
They're only 5 pounds each.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a very good chance.
Bigger ones.
it's a very good chance that those weights went whoop right up with it, and off they went. So
Mary Poppins, right up and out of there.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we do have fun, or at least I do have fun. I'm not going to speak for you guys, apparently, but I have
speak
fun.
For yourself.
At fairs and festivals.
Brandon and I like the demo derbies.
Demo derby?
Yeah. I know I like the demo derby.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. At any rate, I enjoy it. I think we as a company mostly enjoy it. I got a bunch of stuff happening. As we said, the Adams County Fair will be coming up here in a couple of weeks, July 6th through the 13th.
Yeah.
A little extra fun this year. We're working right now on setting our schedule for Good Guys Radio TV for the week, so you guys will know when to tune in, what's going to be happening. I can, at the very least, pretty easily tell you coverage will kick off on that Saturday the 6th. We'll have the grand parade, the opening ceremonies, the king and queen. All of that stuff is going to be happening to kind of open things up. Moved to Saturday instead of Sunday. So all of that used to take place on Sunday. They added the extra day in, and now we have an extra day of fun. So that's great.
Yeah, it is a whole other edition. And Matt, I switched over to the whole cam
over
now.
Here. Yeah, you got all three of us.
Yeah, so just so everyone can see the establishing shot that is all of our fun faces.
Yeah. Right.
So I did wanted to just say that, the Adams County Fair, although Fairs Festival season for me, I must just be triggered because of all of the wind and storms that has happened in the past. It is a good time.
Yeah.
I just being able to kind of go walk out. The fairs and festival food is really what does
it.
That's what you're at?
Foods,
yeah. I've already gained way too much weight as it is.
Well, it's I'm not going to blame that solely on why I'm a hefty man. Like, I eat well year round. It's not just fair and festival season. Interestingly, usually because of the heat, I don't eat much at the fairs.
Yeah.
And we're very busy, so it's hard to find a moment where you're not sweating.
It is tough, yeah. But that almost makes the food even better.
Oh no, not to me.
Last year,
it makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh,
if I'm hot trying to eat. So.
Well, last year was my first fair and festival season.
Yeah, your first rodeo.
You introduced me to all of the junior fair foods.
Yeah,
amazing.
Junior fair's where it's at. Seriously, if you want, when you go to a fair, no shade at anybody. All the food's good, but the best food at any fair festival is always the local guys. So Adams County Fair, you've got the Junior Fair food booth, so good. They've got that butterfly chop, man, it's good. I'm gonna make myself hungry for no reason.
Now I want a steak sandwich from the Adams County Junior Fair.
Yeah, we gotta go to lunch after this. So.
And maybe, just maybe, if we can keep the show up and everything's doing all right, I think we should do some foodie
reviews.
Yeah, reviews. Yeah.
I love that. I'm 100% there for it.
We're all there for it.
Get some food challenges mixed into this.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it right. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So keep it tuned here on Talk Break on Good Guys Radio TV.
We'll become food break, lunch break,
lunch break.
Lunch break.
That'll be our second channel.
Right. Yeah.
We're already growing this empire.
We'll see. This weekend going on, Taters, Summerfest, Old Washington, and Maysville. The folks in Maysville do a great job all the time and always something going on. This is going to be run from
it's going to start
Taters
today.
Tavern. Yeah, going on tonight, tomorrow. So go check it out. Battle of the Bands going on. They got a ton of great music. They're going to have drinks. They're going to have lots of games. Really cool stuff. So go check that out. I think it's taterssummerfest.com. You can get tickets for that. We're coming up on, since we're talking about fairs and festivals, Ewing-Fleming County Fair is back. I think this is the third year that it's come back with the folks at 606 Sales and Events. So.
And it's also about the same time as the Hillsborough Festival of the Bells.
Yes, it is. So Ewing-Fleming County Fair is going to run on Sunday, June 30th, just as kind of a kickoff day, and then goes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, Ewing, Kentucky. Definitely want to check that out. And I know our sister station, WFLE, in Flemingsburg, so right there in Fleming County, is going to be hot and heavy for the week with coverage happening there. And as Maggie said, yes, Festival of the Bells. Again, one of my favorites that we do year in and year out. The place that Taylor Swift kind of got a huge start in our area.
That's right.
Yeah, Tay all day, all the way.
So that means that if you go to the Festival of the Bells, you could possibly see the next T Swift.
I know, and I have thought that before because we've been very fortunate. The Festival of the Bells committee has invited us to intro and get to do meet and greets and stuff. And Lady A was there before they right before they made it huge. I'm trying to think. The band Perry's probably the one that, or Justin Moore. Justin Moore is actually still really relevant today. Got to meet him, meet and greet. That was really, really awesome back in the day. So they some way somehow seem to like know who's going to be big and book them as they're like taking a jumping off point. So
it all takes, it's like teamwork and effort to really kind of sift through your area and be like, okay, who's up and coming?
Right.
Or if you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl who knows a guy's cousin,
you might also.
Then you could find that person like that too.
Well, and the Festival Bells isn't just the only place that you can hear about some really great new upcoming local artists.
What a transition. Maggie Jean.
That's the back.
Oh yeah, show
that's the front.
So yeah. Right.
I don't have an actual.
If you don't know, if you've never heard us talk about the lovely Skylar tonight, a former employee.
He's still an employee.
Oh, he's still current.
He just worked here the other day.
Oh,
he
sorry.
was just here.
Our still current employee, Skylar Stapleton, trying to make his mark in the pop world.
Yeah.
Whatever you would call this music. Pop synth of some sort.
If you listen to 99.5 at all, you've heard Skylar.
And ironically, we can't even play it on our YouTube channel because it's all copyrighted.
Oh, there you go.
He's already copyrighted his music. That's how big he is.
Good for Skylar. We're really, seriously, so proud of this kid. This young man, excuse me.
Young man.
We've known Skylar for a long time, but
how old is he?
Talented
19
kid.
now?
He's 19. He's a young man, okay?
Young man.
We'll give him that.
Young man.
Check him out. I think he's got a couple of local gigs coming up, I want to say.
But yes,
he's got a concert
available
at Living Right Wines. He's got a music premiere, an album premiere he's going to be doing.
It may even be today.
Yeah, okay.
And then
so
he's got another one coming
comes
up
out today as well.
Yeah, and also Sunday. So it'd be not tomorrow, but the next day, Sunday. He's also got another little event happening in Seaman, Ohio. And I wish I remembered exactly where it was.
Wines.
Is that where it is?
Yeah. Okay.
Say it again.
Living Right Wines.
All right.
Did I get it? I got it.
Maybe you did.
There you
go ahead and give their phone number, too. It feels like a 10 a.m. show.
Don't know it off the top of my head. But, at any rate, super proud of Skylar. Super talented guy. And we expect big things out of him. Already putting out his first album. His freshman year in college just wrapped up. So, I think, you say you might see the next Taylor Swift. I don't know if you'll be the next Taylor Swift, but maybe the next, I don't know, who's pop synth royalty? The next Depeche Mode or something. Yeah. Right?
It's eminence from. It's a put on.
Is that Depeche Mode?
I think so.
The only Depeche Mode I think I can remember is with Fatboy Slim? Do they do that one? Praise You?
Oh, I wanna praise you like I. Oh wait, I shouldn't say it too much.
Oh, also,
we'll get copyrighted.
It was remade recently. It seems like a lot of pop artists are remaking older '90s songs. Rita Ora just redid that song.
Yeah,
I enjoy that one.
Well, there you go. I don't even actually know if that is Depeche Mode. I'm sure someone's going to correct me out there on the internet. Like, you, dude, don't.
Comment and subscribe. It builds us, even if it's a bad comment.
Turn your notifications on.
We only want good comments. I don't want bad comments.
Bad comments also boost engagement.
They still work the algorithm.
They boost engagement.
Okay.
So if you say, you know what, that Matt guy.
He doesn't know Depeche Mode.
Which
I don't. That's fair.
And he's wearing the same shirt he wore last week, too.
I know. My wife says that all the time. I wear the same clothes. And then we thought, I thought today was literally on camera last week in the exact same shirt. I changed my hat though, so
the hat's different. That's how you know this is a different day.
Also, we're wearing different clothes, Brandon.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, no, you actually wore that shirt last week, didn't you?
Yeah, I bet you did.
I did not. I know for a fact I did not wear this shirt last week.
No way. It just shows how unoriginal we are, I guess, Matt.
Well, we're original in our thoughts. We don't have to be original in our clothing.
Right. Clothing is not my go-to for showing originality.
No.
But pop music in general, though, it can be original. Of course, there's a lot of covers and stuff that happen, like Maggie was talking about. However, I don't know about you, but I kind of like Jelly Roll. I think Jelly Roll is rolling through.
We talked
just
about
fine.
old Jelly Boy last week too.
We
Jelly
did.
Boy.
He's hitting the top.
He's a jelly man.
Charts. He's a jelly man.
I don't know. I have a cousin who we still call. His name's Daniel, but we've always called him Danny Boy from, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Oh, Danny Boy.
And so he is 40 years old and still is called Danny Boy.
Huh. No, it comes with the territory of the name, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Joey Roll, I mean, whether he's a man roll or a boy roll.
Cinnamon rolls.
Something.
Don't get me hungry again.
But Jelly Roll, if people who are out there watching didn't know, is he's a convicted felon. Like,
oops.
That's why his tour's not international, because he can't leave the country.
Right.
But I'm sure Jelly Roll has definitely had regrets in his days. I mean, last week he did like the best. We talked about the best thing he's done in his career. Now, I mean,
also some low points.
Also, some low points.
Right.
Like
a few.
If you didn't know, he's also covered in tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
You should have known. Covered. I think
if you've ever seen Jelly Roll, you know.
You'll
know. Part of the MO.
Him and Post Malone.
He's the country Post Malone.
I'm Post Malone.
Post Malone's country now.
He's the pop. They're similar.
Yes.
They are the same.
Considering they're both pop and also
Jelly
now
Roll,
both country.
Right?
Post
and both a little
Malone.
hip hop and rap in there too. Like they do it all.
They do a little bit of everything.
They're Renaissance men.
But
tattooed Renaissance
neither
men.
of you two have tattoos.
Nope.
I do, and I have a bad one. But I'm not going to show it.
I
have put a black bar.
I don't have anything against tattoos, and have thought at some point, sure, I would be cool getting a tattoo. I think it's the commitment to saying, I love this thing, and I will always love this thing. And, being at least creative enough to not just put, I'm going to love my wife and my kids. So, doing more than just writing their names.
I want a tattoo that says, I love my wife and kids.
Right.
I want you to,
in a creative way.
I love my wife.
Add a flower to it. A vine going through it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
no, lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts. Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
well,
unnecessary.
And Matt wants to put as much thought as he possibly can into it. Jelly Roll did not put any thought into several of his.
No.
Like the tattoo he has on his arm, that it's very, very bad.
Oh.
Somebody gave it to him because in exchange for a sack of bad marijuana.
Yeah.
Bad marijuana.
Bad marijuana.
Versus the good marijuana.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's differences.
Okay.
There's differences. Yeah. No, basically, he got the tattoo in exchange as far as a trade deal.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, the trade deal probably, for him, it was just bad weed, so whatever. But for the guy, for him who has the tattoo, he now has to deal with that bad tattoo.
That weed is smoked and gone. The tattoo
is there
forever.
For life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he says he regrets not just that one, but 98% of his tattoos. He's got 97 tattoos, and he regrets almost all of them.
Man, if he could just get 3 more, then that math would be way easier.
100%.
100%.
3 more bad tattoos.
Jelly Roll, what a guy. So, Brandon, as I said, I'm not adverse to having tattoos. You don't have any, but would you ever?
Are you just a weenie?
Weenie Hunt Jr.
Oh, no.
Copyrighted. I think if it came down to it, I would totally get one eventually. Yeah. I'm not against tattoos at all.
And your wife has several tattoos.
My wife has way many more tattoos than anyone else in this room.
Yeah. Let's say, I think it just must be a thing because my fiance also does not have any tattoos at all, and he said he would love to get one.
It's because guys have poor...
poor decision making, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't really have anything that... at least for me, I don't have anything that actually... has a reason to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I just don't.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Jelly Roll, regretting tattoos. Regret to tell you this. Carrie Underwood, switch over to some country music.
Yeah.
Fire broke out at her Nashville home. Now, fortunately, nobody was hurt. No fire damage to the actual residence itself. Apparently, an off-road UTV in the garage caught fire. And burnt up their garage. So a little scary to have happen, no doubt. But it wasn't the house itself. The boys, Carrie, her hubby, they're all A-okay and doing great. But man,
fires are scary, man.
Yeah.
You just never really know what can happen. Especially I would imagine that the ATV, UTV, probably a side by side, whatever.
Right.
It was probably off.
Yeah.
Too. That's the scariest part.
Yeah.
It's not even like it was being operated.
Right. They're still investigating to figure out what exactly happened and how it started. Assumptions probably something was running hot and came in contact with
probably electrical,
something flammable. Yeah, exactly. So just be careful. It's one of those freak accident things. You just don't know what's going to happen, and so just make the best and go on. Hopefully I'm sure she's Carrie Underwood. And I always think it's funny. we do like birthdays and stuff, and her husband, Mike Fisher, every time his birthday rolls around, it says Carrie Underwood's husband, Mike Fisher, and yet he was an all-star hockey player for like, a decade and went to the NHL finals multiple times. I don't think he was ever a Stanley Cup champion. Like, I don't think a team he played with Nashville Wild for a long time. So I don't think he was ever like a champion, but still was like the most notable dude on that team when they were winning lots and lots of games. So I just think that's hilarious. I'm so often known as Kristen Hildebrand's husband. Like, despite me being working in the public, I was like, oh yeah, I know you because of your wife or because of like my siblings or my parents or something. It is very humbling. So to Mike Fisher, you are seen, you are appreciated.
You're appreciated
for your hockey
career. I love hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
so aggressive.
Are you similar? Like, do people say, yeah, that's Sarah's husband?
I don't think either of us are big enough to where we have that namesake.
Gotcha.
I mean, I just feel like we don't even really have friends anymore. So, like, no one's like, hey, we're going to go over Brandon and Sarah's house. I doubt it. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing is, my fiance is from a different small town I grew up in. So everybody, like, his grandfather was on the city council. His grandmother worked for the school. She worked for the tractor dealership in town. So everybody knows who him and his grandparents are. Yeah. Everybody. So every time I go, like, in his small town to, like, the grocery store or, like, the gas station, everybody knows who I am. Mm-hmm. Everybody. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, same deal. Like, my wife's grandparents owned and operated a pizza shop for like 30 plus years. They were both educators. Her mom was an educator. Her dad was on the school board for a long time. So, and then my parents, like, everybody knows my mom. My dad's such a quiet guy. I don't know who knows him. Like, seriously, if you see my dad out and about, I don't know if you would be able to pick him out. But
who knows him?
In that, when someone says your name, you and your wife, you and your fiance, is it Matt and Kristen? Is it Kristen and Matt? Because, like, in my head, we're Matt and Kristen, but do people say Kristen and Matt? Does people say Brandon and Sarah and Brandon?
I always say the Hildebrands.
The Hildebrands. Okay. Official. No apostrophe. Just the Hildebrands.
Just the Hildebrands.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like I said before, I don't know if, we have some, like, we have a friend or two. It's all Sarah's friends. It's all Sarah's friends. And they probably would refer to it, because there's a ring to it. You always got to find that ring.
Right. Yeah. Like
Brandon, Sarah and Brandon.
I'm trying to think. Like, to me, some of our friends, I do say
Kristen,
Matt and Kristen. The woman's name first versus the guy, and then in others we'll do the guy before the girl. So.
Is it alphabetical, or is it just how it flows off?
It's just the way it flows off the tongue.
The more the cadence of the naming, the coupling, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I have very few friends. I have, like, a couple close friends, but I don't have, like, a bunch of people. I was like, oh, that's one of my friends.
Yeah.
My fiance is the opposite. Everybody. I can't go out in public without one of his friends
seeing us. That's because you're not married yet.
Yeah.
Once you're married, well, it's because you don't have kids yet. Like, our friends are our kids' friends' parents, and a lot of times, so, or people we'll go to church with. So, I'm close with. We have a dude group.
Yeah,
a dude group.
Hashtag Crosspoint.
Yeah.
Hashtag dude
like
group.
I don't know that they call it a dude group. Maybe they do. I don't know. But, I've got buddies.
I got friends. Oh, wait, I can't sing that either.
Don't do that either.
We can't, actually.
Garth will come get you.
Garth, so. Take away your YouTube.
Oh, jeez. Well, we've talked a little about kids. Last thing on our list here, and I want to slam this simply because I think it's crazy. Yet again, more Taylor Swift headlines. And I know people are sick and tired of hearing about Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and that whole mess. And I get that. And that's kind of where I'm going here, is that they are the paparazzi and, like, the big media, like gossip media in general, are literally grasping at straws for things to talk about with these two people who are both super successful and very happy in their relationship. Latest thing, Taylor Swift is now, like, rumor mill running, is pregnant. Like, that's what they're running with.
And the baseline, their basis, is purely just because of a possible bump on her belly?
Yeah. So it was video taken from, like, front stage, like, right up front. And apparently she was not as slender as the people believed she should be. And I'm like, what a bunch of crap. I could
She's
not
already a
imagine.
stick.
Right. She
She's
is
been-
a very athletic young lady.
Yeah.
She's been touring for so long. You can't eat home cooked meals every time. You can't.
In fact, I just literally in our like talk news this week, there was she ordered like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of Taco Bell for her and her entourage at an Eras tour. As like, we got to eat. So
Taco
that's what
Bell.
I
Yeah,
go
I
with,
mean,
but,
when you've just done 3 hours of hardcore cardio,
yeah,
the last thing you want to do is go and make
make sure I'm sucking it in all the time. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
And so
I do. I have to.
sometimes you just want Taco Bell.
my point is that it's crazy to me we talk bad about celebrities and we wish we could be celebrities and all that. I could not imagine the level of scrutiny that one's life comes under, like the microscope you have to live under if you're a famous person, to where someone would actually grasp at straws just to say she must be pregnant
Because
that
she's-
has a slight bump. I see
She's
it.
got a pudge.
Yeah.
Right. Like, man, what do they say? What would you say?
And also,
Man,
there's
Matt
like,
must have 10 babies
I've
in
carried
there.
a lot. Yeah.
when you're like super slender like that as a woman, there's other things that go on in your stomach than just food. So
Yeah.
other things happen.
Leave Taylor alone.
Leave her
Taylor
alone.
Hashtag.
Leave all women alone.
Yeah. The,
Just all.
the
Just
takeaway.
literally half of the population. Leave them alone.
Just
If you could.
don't comment.
Try. Please
No
do.
comment.
Please do.
Well, I think that's probably a pretty good like closing down point. We've talked about a lot of things. Again, lots coming up for you guys throughout the summer months as we head into fair and festival season. Really excited to see everybody out and about. Again, going back to what we talked earlier, the kids getting to interact with them. We've got some fantastic, super talented, super well-spoken young people in our area. I think it's really like an encouraging thing as both as a dad to know that there's still good kids out there, and like I think my kids are good, so it's good that there are other good kids out there.
There's other good kids in the world.
Right.
It's not just your
It's
kids.
not just my kids. Yeah, there's plenty. But parents, you should be proud of yourselves. So we just had, Mother's Day, Father's Day come and go. Big shout out to all the moms and dads and all the guardians and everybody else. It truly does take a village. And yeah, we got good kids. Good kids. Good stuff.
Good kids.
Yeah.
Good
So,
kids.
anything else you guys have to add? Closing thoughts?
Stay cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Drink
Absolutely.
water.
It is supposed to
Find
cool down a little
shade.
bit.
Don't
Tiny bit.
spend too much. 96 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah. It's not 98 degrees. We don't have Nicholas Shea coming in.
dang.
So, yeah.
What was it? Sunday? Was it Sunday?
think
Supposed to chill
Sunday's-
out a little bit. 80s?
No,
Or
Monday
is it
and
Monday?
Tuesday we start. We're still in the upper 80s, but like it's a heck of a lot
I'll
better than
take
the
that.
mid
96.
90s with heat index values. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
got to cool down before fairs start. Like
Please.
Yeah.
especially Adams County Fair when you got all the animals involved too. So
But stay hydrated. Don't eat anything too heavy,
Mm-hmm.
where you'll pass out. And stay out of the sun if you can.
yeah,
If you
sunscreen.
can.
Yes, sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
I mean, this is the tannest I've gotten all year.
And all that happens to her is she just adds freckles.
I just get more freckles on my arms.
No,
That's,
no tan, just freckles.
tan.
What a problem to have. So, with that, thanks for joining us here on this week's edition of Talk Break on Good Guys Radio TV. Big thanks to everybody tuning in, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and start your weekend off with a new edition of Talk Break each Friday starting at 9 a.m. right here on Good Guys Radio TV.